In many coaching sessions I have the honor of guiding, people often express their disorientation about their own purpose through the life's journey. I often get questions like, what kind of spiritual practice do you recommend? Should I go to yoga classes or meditation classes? What spiritual practice can take me closer to my life's purpose? And there's such a good reason for people asking that. While observing their inner struggle and also analyzing their human design chart, I noticed that most people who asked these questions have an open identity center. This center governs our sense of self, our inner structure, our natural direction in life. And it is also an indicator of the way we express love. If your identity center is colored, then we say it is closed or defined, which basically means that you have a strong sense of identity. You know who you are, and you naturally can sense if the path you're going through in your life is the right path for you or not. Authenticity is built in your genes, and your motto is, I am who I am. So if your identity center is defined, then you are the one who gives out of this identity center. This is how you inspire people, and this is how you express yourself in the world. If your identity center is white, we call it an open center or an undefined center. This basically means that you are a receptor of what other people are and want, and you can understand them very well. This makes you a host, and it gives you the ability to accommodate each and everyone around you. This flexibility allows you to experiment a lot in your career and relationships. You can change jobs, hobbies, and passions. You can easily adapt to people and understand what they need, and you can easily give them what they need. And you also are very sensitive to your environment, so it's very important to be careful of what's going on around you, because that is going to influence your way of manifesting yourself in your life. So let yourself be guided by your heart and dance with life. The most dangerous thing for a person with an open identity center is to try to fit in a pre-established structure. They are innovators, but as innovators, they may not be understood nor encouraged by the people around them. So the greatest thing they can do is to follow their own inner voice, their own heart. If your identity center is open, then remember one thing: there is no outside authority. You are your own path maker. You can let yourself be inspired by the wisdom around the world. That's perfectly fine. Actually, it will only enrich your life experience, and it will make your growth even faster. But don't let anyone and anything, not even the concept of a higher divine being, tell you that you'd better follow them instead of your inner guide. You are your own authority. Your guide is inside you at all times. If you look around, you may hear people say, be consistent, persevere in your work to achieve greatness. And they would be right. They may be people who have the identity center defined, but consistency may not come easy to you unless you have found your own expression in the world, the one your heart guides you to. And because you are a natural explorer, open to many adventures before reaching wisdom, you might want to let yourself fly around and land on many flowers before deciding where and how to focus your energy. If you're anything like me, you may think that you found that place in your heart more than once in your life, just to discover later that you actually want to access a new level of adventure in your life, new emotions that you want to experience, and new jobs and occupations that you want to bring your manifestation into. Life seems limitless to you. And until you found that sense of unlimited horizons in your work, you may want to keep your options open and let yourself keep looking and experiencing. Whatever idea comes into your mind, just go do it. Go get that feeling of manifesting yourself in the world. Because out of your manifestations, no matter how many times you fail, out of that comes your wisdom. Out of trial and failure, you will find rising your passion, and you will invent your own way, your own path into the world. Your life can be a graceful dance if you know your inner structure and you allow yourself to unravel. Or it can be a painful struggle if you let yourself be conquered by external opinions. Exception. I have also seen people with a defined identity center and still looking very disoriented in their life. The fact that your identity center is defined doesn't necessarily mean that questions like, what's my path in this world, don't exist. They do, because you have also been trained to listen to external authority. Whether that authority was God, your parents, teachers, or other authority figures in your life, you chose to turn the volume of their voices louder than the volume of your own voice. But inside, deep inside, your answer was already there. Contemplate your life without any regrets. Your contemplation practice should bring you wisdom, not regrets. You can reach your answers so quickly because they are already alive in you. But beware of the trap. The trap of perseverance in what you don't want. Always stay present in your process and don't let your low frequency lead this process. I have seen people with a defined identity center and extremely fearful in life. I have seen people stuck in abusive relationships, in inherited family businesses that never brought them any joy or fulfillment. People who have accepted external opinions as values, and they struggled so much in choosing between their own intuition and the voices of society. These are people who persevered and proved themselves reliable. They would never let you down, even if they had to sacrifice their own life. It may sound very heroic, but let me tell you, to them, it doesn't feel heroic at all. They live a life of suffering, and it is suffering that they teach their children. Perseverance is a great power, whether it is used in a graceful and inspired way or in a suppressive way. But it is always your choice. No matter how your identity center looks like, there is only one authority in your life, only one spiritual guide that will never fail you. That is your inner voice, your own inner guidance. Let the world be your inspiration and your playground. Walk in the world as yourself, guided by your intuition. Allow your inner voice to talk to you and listen to your deeper senses that will always guide you to a higher version of you. I am Sorina, founder of Soul I Create Concept, and I'm just here to remind you of what you already know. Subscribe and hit the bell to receive notifications of my latest videos. And share this, not for me, not for you, but for people who are still wondering, who am I and why is my life as it is?